Sometimes the greatest mysteries aren't tucked away in some forgotten jungle. Nope, they're buried right under our feet, just waiting for a crack in the pavement to show themselves. And today, we're going to crack open the case file on one of the most incredible urban mysteries of all time.
So what does happen? This is the big question, right? You're looking at ancient stone steps literally pressed right up against modern buildings. It's like two different worlds smashing into each other, a mystery that's been centuries in the making, and it's all happening in the middle of one of the biggest cities on the planet. Now, to solve a mystery this big, you need a special kind of detective. That's where urban archaeology comes in. Just think of it like a cold case investigation, but for the entire soul of a city. The crime scene is the city itself, and the clues? They've been buried for hundreds and hundreds of years.
And our case file today is one of the biggest ever, the case of the missing temple sitting right in the heart of modern-day Mexico City.
Okay, so for almost 500 years, the most important, most sacred place in the entire Aztec Empire, the Templo Mayor, was just gone, vanished, not lost to the jungle, but paved over, built on top of, and totally forgotten by the millions of people who walked right over it every single day.
Every cold case needs a break, right? That one lucky moment that just blows the whole thing wide open. And for the Templo Mayor, that moment came from a place no one expected.
Picture this. It's 1978. A crew of city electrical workers are just doing their job, digging another trench. Their shovels hit something big, something really solid. They probably figured it was just some old rubble. But it wasn't. It was the first clue in a 500-year-old cold case, a message from a world they thought was gone forever.
And what they found was this: an absolutely incredible, massive stone disc showing the Aztec moon goddess, Coyolxauhqui. This wasn't just some old rock. This was the smoking gun. This was the undeniable proof that the legends were true and that a lost sacred world was literally sleeping just a few feet beneath the city streets.
So finding the clue, that's one thing. But solving the case, that's a whole other story. This discovery kicked off one of the most amazing archaeological investigations of the 20th century.
So how did they tackle it? Well, they treated it just like a modern investigation. First, they had to secure the scene, protect that first crucial piece of evidence. Second, they started to follow the leads, carefully, systematically, excavating and peeling back the layers of the city. And third, they had to analyze all the evidence to piece the whole story back together.
And this is what following the leads really looks like in archaeology. This wasn't a smash-and-grab job. We're talking painstaking work, carefully removing centuries of earth and rubble, tracing the lines of ancient walls and forgotten pathways. Each one was a new thread in this incredible story.
The further they dug, the more witnesses they found. Now, carvings like this amazing serpent head couldn't speak, of course, but man, they told the investigators everything. They talked about gods, about ceremonies, about a whole belief system of staggering artistry. Every single artifact they found was like another witness statement.
So after all that digging, all that careful investigation, what was the final result? This is the big reveal, folks. The moment the case is finally solved. So before the investigation, this was just another busy city intersection, totally anonymous. No one had a clue what was hiding underneath. And after? The sacred center of an entire civilization, brought back into the light for the first time in centuries. The transformation is, well, it's just breathtaking. And you can see it right here. On one hand, the bustling, modern city just keeps on going, but right beside it, an ancient heart has started beating again. It's a place where you can literally stand with 1 foot in today and 1 foot in a world that was lost for 500 years. And what about all that evidence they collected? Well, it's all carefully preserved in the Evidence Locker, which is now a stunning, world-class museum built right on the site. Each artifact, like this one, isn't just a piece of stone. It's a voice, it's a story, it's a direct connection to the people who lived and worshipped here. All right, let's wrap this case up. Let's look at the final report. If this whole project was an investment, what was the return? What were the tangible results?
Here's the bottom line. The key asset, the Aztec Ceremonial Center, has been successfully rediscovered and preserved. Check. The priceless historical artifacts have been secured for all of humanity. Double check. And the final return on this incredible investment? Well, it's not something you can measure in dollars and cents. It's a nation's entire heritage reclaimed. It's a city remembering its own soul.
Which brings us to a final, really important question. What is the real value of something like this? What's it worth to find a part of ourselves that we thought was gone forever?
I mean, these figures, they waited for centuries in total darkness. They were buried, covered up, and completely forgotten. But they were never truly gone. They were just waiting for the right moment to be found to remind us where we all come from.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. Uncovering a city's buried heart isn't just about history class. It's about understanding who we are today. Because to unearth the past isn't just to look back. It's to build a stronger foundation for the future.